Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the gentle yoga practice. This week we're working with the theme of resilience. And I love this theme because it's teaching me how to be available and adaptable in times of challenge or change. And so I'm going to go ahead and take us through a quiet centering, and then I'm going to take us through some inspirational quotes about resilience. And then I'm going to weave this theme into a gentle yoga practice where we're going to focus on internal strength, or what some people call core or bandhas, but getting that strength from within, and then finding the strength from the body as well and taking it into some gentle back bends. So we'll go ahead and get started. But if this is something you like, I do a new class every week with a different theme and a different focus. So to get started, make sure you're sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position that's supported. So you could have your leg out a little bit, or maybe you have your feet together like this, or maybe you're sitting up on a block or a blanket. But I want you to make sure that wherever you are, you can find engagement in the low back and you're not rounding back. So you can do that by starting to press down through the fingertips, and then we're going to get connected to those inner locks or bandhas. So focus on the pelvic floor, all the muscles you're sitting on. You don't have to overly squeeze them, just engage them. And we call that root lock. Mula means root. Bandha means lock. And then above that, below the belly button, this is an important one. Really feel the belly drawing in and up, and it gives you a feeling of flying upward. It's Uddiyana Bandha, and it means flying upward. And so once that's engaged, at the top of the spine, we draw the chin down, and that's Jalandhara Bandha, and it means chin lock, and it seals in the energy of the bandhas. And with these three bandhas engaged, it's a really nice seat for meditation and breathing. So we're going to hold on to that for a moment and just release the hands. And notice with the bandhas engaged, you're supported from inside. And then from here, we can just focus on the breath. But as you breathe, if your bandhas are engaged, you want to make sure that you keep that and breathe into the entire circumference of the rib cage, into the diaphragm. Inhale. And then as you exhale, let the rib cage draw closer together. But in the meantime, you still keep that lift of Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale. And exhale. Feel the rib cage draw closer together. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then letting the hands rest on the knees for a moment, and then taking the hands into prayer position. We're going to vibrate together with the mantra Om, and then I'll recite the quotes. So inhale. Om. You do not just wake up and become the butterfly. Growth is a process. Like a tree that bends with the wind, but does not break, resilience is not about resisting change. It's about learning to move with it. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Resilience is not about never falling, but always rising, stronger, wiser, and more open than before. Resilience. As I'm aging, I really appreciate this because I'm adapting to the changes in my body, and it's not a negative thing. It just takes me deeper into where I never thought I could go without having to feel like I have to push myself, and just enjoying the moment and staying present. So let's start to move. I'm going to take my feet. Let's take the feet out into this diamond shape and just sit up for a moment. Maybe take the hands behind you and notice what that feels like. For a moment, just let the pelvis curl under. But when you do that, support it by pulling your belly in, and then inhale and lift up. And it's my 63rd birthday. Exhale, curl back. So I'm really looking forward to this aging and seeing where it takes me. Lift up. And one more time, exhale, curl back. And inhale and lift up. And then from here, taking the hands to the side again, and notice, can you stay in that lifted position and just gently opening the knees? Reach the arms up. Now, it's okay to elevate your shoulders, but then imagine your shoulder blades from the back rolling away from your ears. And then we're going to take a gentle side bend over to the right. And then from here, I want you to really draw that right shoulder away from your right ear. And we're going to just reach over for a moment, trying to get the elbow down a little bit, and then rise back up again. And we'll do that again. So engage the muscles in your side body and your back as you come down, drawing the shoulders away from your ears and reaching through the top arm and coming back. I can really feel it in this rib cage area. And exhale, pull the belly in. Now pull the belly in as you turn. We're going to just get a gentle stretch here to the side of the neck, but I'm feeling the side body too a lot. And then gently turn the head, look straight ahead. And then what does it feel like to gently look up? And then inhale, rise up. And we'll go to the other side. Inhale, reach up. And let the shoulders now roll away from your ears and side bend over to the left. Now, as you come into this, really draw your shoulder away from your ear, especially that left one, and you're rolling your right shoulder away from the ear. And then inhale, rise up. We'll do it again. Exhale, it's like I'm pulling this left hand in towards me and drawing the shoulder down, and rise up. And one more, and go down. And this time I'm going to change my gaze down. And then gently look straight ahead. Keep pulling your belly in and lift up. And then gently rise up. Now let's go ahead and take the hands behind the head and sit up. You can even do a back bend in your upper body. Just feel how the back muscles engage and you're supporting your head with your hands. And then exhale, round your spine. Feel how the belly pulls in when you do that. And it stretches the back, but it's supported because I'm pulling in. And then inhale, lift up. And then one more time, exhale, pull the belly in, a gentle stretch to the neck as I draw my chin down in that Jalandhara Bandha, and then I rise up and I release that a little bit, but pull the belly in as you lift. And we'll release. And then from here, we're gonna come over to all fours. So you can gently make your way over to all fours. And this cat-cow exercise is a great place to feel bandhas. So as you draw the belly in, we're engaging all three. You pull the belly way in and up. You're gently engaged in pelvic floor, but the chin is drawing in. But as we come forward, we release that Jalandhara Bandha or the chin lock and just really use the back muscles to open the chest, but still engage in that Uddiyana. Pull the belly way in. And then exhale, pull the belly in here. Draw the chin down. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. Let's make our way now. Keep your spine round for a moment, pulling the belly in. And then we're going to start to extend the spine. So drawing your tail down towards your heels. Now start to lengthen the spine as you reach your arms forward. And breathe. Keep pulling the belly in and breathe into the rib cage. Inhale. And exhale. And just feel that breath, keeping the belly in. So you're breathing into the diaphragm. Inhale. And exhale. And then let's come onto all fours. And we're going to make our way now into downward facing dog. I always practice with a set of blocks and a little towel, but it's optional. And you could also use a yoga belt or strap. But I find as I'm coming into downward facing dog, the blocks really help to keep me lifted, and it helps if you have tight hamstrings too, or tight anywhere. But let's round the spine again, really feeling that. You can really feel a strong sense of that Uddiyana, the chin down, that's Jalandhara. But as we take it into downward facing dog, now we start to extend the spine, and you can find length in the neck and really reach. You could bend the knees if you needed to, and then straighten. Really pull your belly in so you're supported. Look what happens if I don't. Watch my belly. You don't want to be here, right? It's really, and then it just feels really lifted and light. And just notice what's going on in your body. Doesn't matter if you're wide, if the heels are lifted, but I don't want your shoulders to be here. So you really want to be reaching as best you can. Just do the best you can. And now we're going to very slowly and lightly, see how lightly you can walk up, even if your feet are wide. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't make it all the way up to the front, that's okay. Even if you stopped back here, right? And then just find your way. And then just let your head and neck be free here. But keep pulling your belly in. Maybe you want to hang out for a moment and just stay here. And then from here, we're going to do a roll up. So you could soften your knees, pull your belly in, and we're really going to engage the belly to stretch the spine as you curl up. Imagine one vertebra at a time, stacking, keeping the belly lifted all the way up. And once you're at the top of the spine, just pause for a moment, let the shoulders come down and wide, and we'll stand here now, Tadasana. And just notice, can you get your pelvis neutral? The belly is lifted, pubic bone and belly button on the same plane. In addition to Bandhas engaged, you really want to keep the legs engaged. It's very strong and powerful. Tadasana, mountain pose. Now from here, we're going to come into Vrikshasana or tree pose. I'm going to welcome you to use the wall. So have the wall behind you, and maybe don't need to lean into it, just have it there for guidance. And we're going to slowly just take the right leg up and see where you can go. Maybe you stay here, that's okay. But just take it to where you can. And notice what muscles can you engage here. Can you feel that turn out? And then pull the belly in, keep your drishti down a little bit, and notice how much lift you get when you do that. You're engaging the muscles in the legs, the bandhas, and now maybe you can release. It's okay if you're leaning into the wall, just try to come off, use your legs, use everything, and then reach up if that's accessible, right? Even in the wind, the tree is resilient, and slowly just make your way down. And we'll come to the other side. So letting the left leg come up, you could use the wall. Now make sure you're engaged. You're really pulling up. Feel this turning out and under. You don't want to be sticking your butt out. You want to try and always open that leg. So even if you stay here, that's great. But work your way up. See where you go. Maybe you come here and feel that lift. Gaze down a little. Everything's working together here. Breathing, reaching, taking it to where you want. Maybe you take your gaze up and your tree is resilient in the wind, and slowly making your way down. And then we'll come back to the front. And then from here, we're going to make our way back down. So inhale, reach the arms. And then we're going to take a nice hinge at your hips. So now instead of rounding the spine, the low back is engaged enough for support, and you come forward, but you want to really pull your belly in. You could have your feet hip width or wider if you needed to, and just pause here for a moment. Can you straighten the legs by engaging the front of the legs? Really find that and lengthen your back. So I don't want you rounded. I want you to try and really lengthen. So even if your hips come back, that's okay. You want to feel a stretch in the hamstrings, and then a deep crease as we come in. Maybe you could take your hands to the back of your calves. Maybe your hands are here, right? And you're a little, but eventually we are going to go ahead and engage in Jalandhara Bandha. Draw the chin down wherever you are. Shoulders away from your ears. Just feel the stretch in the back of the legs. Try and really straighten the legs. And then lengthen. And then we're going to step back to down dog. And just notice how this feels now. Pull the belly in. Hopefully a little bit more open, breathing into your back body. And then from here, we're going to come down to the knees, and we'll make our way into puppy pose. So puppy pose is like a mini dog pose. You're on your knees above the hips, or hips above the knees, and reach the arms forward, and try to arch your back as best you can. So we're engaging the back muscles. We're engaging the back muscles to stretch the front. And breathe. And we're slowly now going to make our way into Sphinx pose. So we come down to the elbows and come down to the floor. Now, from here, you want to really make sure that you get a sense of the elbows are under the armpits and maybe a little bit wider, and you want to expand the chest forward. So feel as though you're pulling the elbows apart a bit. And then in the lower body, you want to make sure your legs are engaged. You need the back of the legs engaged. So you want to push the feet down, take the tail under and lift your belly. So you're not here, right? That goes into the low back. You want to really push this way. So your back is working and your front is opening. And then don't think of it as a back bend. Think of it as back engagement as you try to, maybe, if this works in your body, come into a cobra. So I'm using my back muscles, but I'm pushing away, and then tail under, shoulders down and wide, and lift up. And if this feels good, you might want to take your head back a little bit, just gaze down the nose, keep the legs engaged, and slowly come down. And then from here, we're going to make our way back to all fours, and we're going to come into Virasana. So Virasana, or hero's pose, I like to use props because I have osteoarthritis in my knees, and I need to honor that. I'm adapting. So I create a little space here, under the knee, in the middle of the calf, and I just kind of press down. It feels nice, and then I come down and just adjust. And some people don't need a prop, maybe one block or maybe none. But you want to, this is a great pose because it's easy to get a nice length in spine because you're really hinged at your hip here. You really, it's good flexion in the hip. So we're going to take a chin mudra, which represents your inspiration and your intuition coming together. And just sit for a moment. Engage bandhas. You've got your Mula Bandha, the Uddiyana. You can draw the chin down. And if you take your hands this way, it represents grounding, a strong sense of strength and grounding, adapting. And just stay in that for a moment and breathe. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, we're going to take it into a back bend, just an upper back bend. So let's take the hands. You can open your eyes. Take them to these angel arms, and they represent the shoulders going down. So I'm really using the back muscles. And I can feel, it's like, I feel like I'm turning inside out. It's like you're going this way. Lift the sternum up to go back, up to go back. If this feels good, stay here. It might feel good to reach the arms, but just do what feels good in your body. Keep the lift of the belly, up to go back. And then inhale. Let's come down to heart center and pause. Now we're going to slowly make our way back to seated. So I'm going to take the blocks out. And we'll go ahead and let's come into Dandasana. So as best you can, legs out in front of you. So Dandasana is staff pose. It's like the seated Tadasana, where we get everything in alignment. So if when you sit, your pelvis is back like this, just bend the knees and sit up as best you can. And then from here, we're going to do a classic Pilates rollback, which is so good for the spine. And it also shows you how to pull in that Uddiyana, right? So it's sitting up tall, take a breath in, exhale, start to curl back. Pull the belly way in. You could have your knees a little bent, you could hold on, but the most important thing is that you're articulating one vertebra at a time down to the floor. It's okay to hold on. Here, here, pull the belly way in and support your back. Go all the way down. Once you're back, you could reach the arms, pull the ribs down, reach up to the ceiling, start your curl, start your journey. If you feel stuck, just use your hands. It's okay, you could even use your mat, but pull the belly way back. And I want you to round the spine here. That's okay. Round the spine, round the spine, round the spine, and then lengthen through your spine and sit up. And then we're going to come into Paschimottanasana. So if your back is rounded, bend the knees a little bit. You could use your prop. And then from here, keeping the back, low back engaged and not rounded, start to slowly straighten your legs and see where you go with that. And if that's going well, you just draw the chin down into that Jalandhara and just let your body go forward. Some of you don't need that, right? Some of you can maybe grab the feet and just surrender here. Release. But keep pulling the belly in. So even if you're way up here, that's okay. Just feel the stretch. You want to engage the legs. Notice what you can do with it. How can you engage the legs? The front of the legs, just stretch the back of the legs. Pull the belly way in. Inhale, lengthen. And now we're going to go all the way down to the floor. So we'll roll back. So take a breath in. Exhale, curl. Pull the belly way in. Way in. You could use your hands. Coming all the way down. And once you're down, let's go ahead and bend the knees and reach the arms. And just come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Feel like you're turning inside out, that you're opening the legs and reaching the arms. And just, this can feel good. That's okay. You could close your eyes if you wanted to. And you could stay here and pause the video if you wanted to. And just notice what's going on. And then let's go ahead and take the legs up. We'll come into a nice articulating bridge. So taking a breath in, exhale, start to curl your pelvis under and lift up. But stay up for a moment and maybe hold on to the sides of the mat and lift up. Use your back body, really use it. Pull the belly and make sure your chin's not here or here, right in the middle. Lift, lift, lift. Feel the engagement. Everything's working. And now reach the arms over your head and let's slowly come down. Curl. If you wanted to, you could lift your heels even and get more height. Pull the belly in and come all the way down. It should feel really good. All the way down. Take the hands out to the side. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Let's go ahead and stretch the glutes a little bit. Pulling in. Trying to open this knee out. You could stay here too. Whatever felt better in your body. Breathe. And then from here, let's go ahead and take a twist. Let's take the right foot down to the floor. Turn the left ribs to the right. Gazing over the fingertips. And then let it come back up. And we'll go the other way. Turning the right ribs to the left. I'm gently using this right ankle over my knee to get some length right in here. I'm hearing little pops in my back. It feels good. You could take your gaze to the left. Inhale. And let's go to the other side. Left ankle over right knee and pull in or stay here. Just get that. Make sure you're getting a nice glute stretch. Breathing. And coming into the twist, taking the left foot down, turning the right ribs to the left. Maybe your gaze goes that way. Breathing, keeping the lift of your belly. And then slowly coming up. We'll go the other way. Let the right knee come across. I'm using this left ankle. It just has a little weight to get this nice stretch. And then I'm turning my head to the right. And slowly coming back. We're gonna find our way to Shavasana. So maybe pull the knees up. Maybe you wanna curl in for a moment. Really pulling everything in and then release. Let go. So this can be like a surrender. Be in this moment, this presence. And just stay in that light. Resilience. And you can stay here as long as you like. And pause the video. But I'm going to go ahead and take us out. So just become aware of your breath. Slowly begin to move the fingers and the toes. We're going to make our way over to a fetal position and pause there. And slowly come on up to seated. And I always like to take this moment to notice, how did this theme of resilience affect me in my practice, in my body, and how am I going to reflect this in my life? I feel like just adapting to challenge and change. And how did this affect you? Feel free to comment. I'd love to hear. And stay in this and let it resonate, this resilience in everything you do. Namaste.